Hi guys, this is Erica from Gokce Capital. Now before I begin, be sure to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. One clear morning in November 2015, Ross Timmons caught a fish on the Santa Cruz River. But this was no ordinary catch. We'll learn more about the miracle on the Santa Cruz later. But first, if you own a pond or lake, you should monitor its dissolved oxygen levels. And in today's video, we have the top reasons why. Number 1. What is dissolved oxygen? Dissolved oxygen is the amount of oxygen that is present in water. Number 2. Why is it important to evaluate dissolved oxygen? In order to breathe, all aquatic animals require dissolved oxygen. Thus, dissolved oxygen is an important measure of water quality and serves as a direct indicator of a waterway's ability to support aquatic life. Number 3. What is a good dissolved oxygen measurement? As a rule of thumb, the total dissolved oxygen concentrations in water should not exceed 110%. On the other end of the spectrum, dissolved oxygen levels in the water should not drop below 5 milligrams per liter, or aquatic life will be under stress. Concentrations even lower than this will result in large fish kills. Number 4. To maintain oxygen circulation in your lake, you need to keep the water properly aerated. How do you do this? Well, first, you can use natural aeration. Oxygen enters a lake naturally in one of 3 ways. When surface water absorbs oxygen from the atmosphere, when aquatic plants photosynthesize and release oxygen, and when rivers and streams or other running water bring oxygenated water into the lake. In nature, natural aeration is usually enough to maintain oxygen levels, but sometimes you may need to use tools to help the process. One classification of mechanical aeration is surface aeration. Examples are fountains, floating surface aerators, and paddle wheels. And finally, you can also try submerged aeration, which is a process that uses underwater pumps and air compressors to circulate oxygen underneath the water's surface. Number 5. What other tools can you use to help your lake stay healthy? Well, you can use natural bacteria to help maintain the amount of oxygen in your lake. You can integrate phytofiltration into your maintenance program, which is a fancy way of suggesting you use surface plants to oxygenate the water. Use only natural gardening products. Maintain your septic system so that it does not leach organic compounds into the water. Try lake dyes to help prevent algae growth. And keep a safe distance between the lake's shorelines and any structures. But this question of healthy waterways leads me back to Ross Timmons and the miracle on the Santa Cruz River. The Santa Cruz flows through southern Arizona, through Tucson, to a point just south of Phoenix, where it pours into the Gila. For thousands of years, the upper Santa Cruz River has sustained both humans and wildlife amid Arizona's arid climate. Yet by 2008, it was dead. The river's water had been pumped to such an extent that much of the river was dry, and the water that did flow year-round came from the polluted discharge of the Nogales International Wastewater Treatment Plant. The effluent had toxic levels of nitrogen, phosphorus, fecal contaminants, and other organic material, which were gobbled up by bacteria in a process that consumed much oxygen. Without oxygen and burdened by toxic sludge, the river died. By 2008, the cottonwoods on the stream banks had withered, and a count in that year turned up just 2 fish. Not 2 species, 2 fish. Yet 7 years later, when Arizona Department of Game and Fish biologist Ross Timmons began his annual river count, he discovered not only a plethora of fish, but 8 members of the endangered Gila top minnow, a species that had not been seen in the Santa Cruz for 70 years. So what accounted for this sudden, miraculous change? Well, it's very simple. In 2009, the Nogales International Wastewater Treatment Plant upgraded its wastewater treatment facility. And almost overnight, the water the plant discharged into the Santa Cruz went from toxic to clean. Oxygen returned, and with it came the fish. In fact, with one simple upgrade, the treatment plant went from the river's biggest threat to its savior. For the water it releases into the river, now free of contaminants, keeps the Santa Cruz flowing, even as waterways across the state dry out, which just goes to show how important it is to monitor dissolved oxygen. As they say, you can't manage what you don't measure, and sometimes all you need is a simple upgrade to breathe new life into a stream or pond. But what do you think? Do you have any stories about dissolved oxygen? Let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? You're going to love our Gokce Land Due Diligence program. We'll make you a land due diligence expert in just 7 days. Check it out at gokcecapital.com/glad. And while you're at our website, don't forget to explore our $1 down listings at gokcecapital.com/listings. Finally, don't hesitate to reach out. You can email, call, or text, and we will respond as soon as possible. So thank you for listening, and more to come.